What's up, guys? Welcome back to Horsebiz Success. It's Leah, your equestrian tech whisperer. And in my last video, I gave you 5 tech strategies that you could implement today that would eliminate your need for an office assistant and keep your business running smoothly in the background, fully automated, so that you can spend more time in the barn and not actually have to be worried about that office work that's piling up that you really just don't want to do. So if you haven't watched my video yet, go back and take a look at it to get some inspiration, and then come back, because in this video I'm going to walk you through how to set up our first tech strategy, which is automating your invoices. So no more chasing checks, no more having a little box at the barn that you check and see if people have paid you. Their invoices are going to show up automatically in their inbox, and you're not going to have to think about it or worry about it because you're going to have it set up within the system, and it's just going to go every single month without you even having to think about it. I am going to show you how to set this up within Horsebiz Automated, of course. And so if you don't have a Horsebiz Automated account, check out Horsebiz Automated with the link below. We're a one-stop shop made by equestrians for equestrians, and a lot of my tech videos will show you exactly how to set these things up within Horsebiz Automated itself. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need to do is actually log into your Horsebiz Automated account, and then come over here on the left-hand side and navigate to Payments in the menu over here. And this is going to give you an overview of all of your invoices that you either have outstanding or have paid or have drafted. So the first thing that we're going to have to do to get this set up is actually head over to this Products tab over here. And this is where you're going to set up your services that you would be billing your clients for. So whether it is monthly stall board, monthly pasture board, training, whatever it is that you are going to be invoicing your clients for, you're going to want to set up a product for each one of those services. So you can see that I already have monthly stall board set up here. So I'm going to walk you through how to set up a new product. And we will set up monthly training as an example. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on Create Product up here. And then I'm going to come in and start filling out the product name. So we will call this monthly full training. I'm going to give a little product description, so you can give a explanation of exactly what you want to show up on the invoice or what's being sold here. So we'll say 5 times per week training. Just to give an example, you should fill this out so that your clients have all the information that they would need on exactly what they're paying for. Your product type here is going to be probably a service. If it's a physical or a digital good, be sure to choose accordingly. But we're going to, for this, choose service. And then we can also upload a product image if we want to make it look really nice here. So let's just choose a picture of a horse somewhere. Sure, you work. Okay. And then we are going to give it pricing. So we have to give the pricing a name. So we'll call this full training monthly. Capitalize my T. And then I'm going to choose what type of payment this is. So whether this is a one-time or recurring. For this, we're going to want to set it up as recurring. I'm going to put in an amount here. So let's just say that it is $700 a month, and then I'm going to choose my billing period. So how often are you going to be charging your clients for this service? And I'm going to choose monthly. In additional options, you can give a price description here as well. So you could copy over that product description if you wanted to, just to make sure that your bases are covered as far as details go. You can add a trial period, a number of payments, and then also a setup fee if you have some kind of startup fee with that's included or not included. And then you have the option here to add a membership offer. So if I toggle on that membership offer, it's going to pop up the memberships that you have set up within your HBA account. So if you include any kind of online learning or education for whatever service it is that you're billing for, and you want to include that on the invoice, you can toggle on that membership offer and then select a package that you want to include. So I'm going to turn that off and I'm going to hit create. And then you can see here with my little picture that I am all set up for with my product. If you ever need to make changes to your products, you can just come in, click on it, and then you have a couple of options. You can edit the product itself and edit the description. You can also add another price. So if you have two different size stalls that you charge differently for, you could add another price and add in the, a 10 by 10 stall or 10 by 12 stall, and add whatever price that is. So that is totally up to you and your individual business needs. So I'm going to leave it as is for now. And then I am going to navigate over to Invoices. I can head back to all invoices. Or you can just go straight to recurring templates there, but I am going to click new, and then I am going to click new recurring template. So this is where we are going to set up a recurring invoice for a client. So the first thing we're going to do is set our frequency setting. So how often do we want this to send? You can choose daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. I'm going to choose monthly. And then you get to choose what day of the month it actually sends on. So you can choose a date, so the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, whatever. Or you can choose the first Monday of every month. That's totally up to you how you want to set that up. So I'm going to choose to send it out to make it due, on the 1st of every month. And then here I'm going to say of every 1 month. So this invoice will be due on the 1st of every month. Then I'm going to select my start date. So we will say that this will begin on July 1st, and then you can choose an end date if you want. So you can choose either never to have an end date, and then you can manually end these invoices later on if you so choose to. You can choose to end by a certain date, and so you would then just select what date you want to end it by. So if you know somebody's only coming for the summer, you could end them at the end of the summer. Or you can choose to end after a certain amount of occurrences. So again, if somebody's coming for 3 months of training, you could say that you are going to end after 3 occurrences. And so that way they only ever get sent 3 invoices. So I'm going to leave this as never. And then this bottom option here is going to give you the option to send it a certain amount of days in advance. So you can, if it's due on the 1st of every month, you could send it out maybe 4 days in advance so that they have a couple of days notice that, hey, board is due or training's due in 4 days, and that gives them some time to pay the invoice. So this little guy will tell you here that the first invoice will be due on July 1st and will be sent on June 27th of 2023. So that way you know exactly when your first one is going out, and then you can kind of see how it's going to look in the future. So then we get down to the actual recurring template. So this is the template that is going to be sent to your client every single month that you have set up your invoices for. So you can add your logo here and kind of customize it to be your own. And then you're going to also fill out all of your company information here. Then you're going to go ahead and add your client. So I will add myself here as a client, and you'd obviously want to make sure that their company name and their address is all filled out. And then you come to actually add your item. So you're going to click add an item and then select your products, which we had already set up. So I'm going to say that this person owes monthly stall board. This is where you'd select your price of the product. So if you had set up multiple prices, you can choose which option to price it at and hit save. And then let's just say that this person also does full training. So I will also add monthly full training to the invoice. You can add an additional description if you want. This is going to show you your subtotal due monthly. And then you can add any additional notes or terms and conditions that you may want to include on their invoices down here at the bottom. Okay, so if I scroll back up to the top, I can hit save. That's going to save my template. It tells me up here that this is recurring every month. I probably want to give this a name, so we'll call it Leah's Monthly Board and Training. I'm gonna hit save one more time. So then if I wanted to preview it, I can hit these three dots and actually preview the invoice manage auto payments. So if you want there to be automatic payment on these invoices so that they don't ever actually have to put in their card more than once, you can set that up. Or you can end the recurring template this way as well. So this is how you would end it manually. So I'm going to go ahead and say schedule. And then I will say, how do I want this person to receive the invoice? So either email and text, email or just text. I do not have a phone number on file for this contact, which is exactly why I cannot select text and I can only choose email. In additional options, this is where you would want to make sure that your payment mode is turned on live so that they actually are paying with a real credit card. Here is where you can enable auto payment, so you can either turn that off or turn that on. And then this is where you can see that this went away. So invoices will be auto charged using the same credit card, which is used for the first payment invoice. So definitely let your customer know that if you have that turned on, that is what is going to happen. You can also choose that they can save their cards on file so that they can just have a saved card, or that they can only pay with new cards. This is the amount that's going to be paid, and then I can go ahead and hit schedule. And now I can see that Leah's monthly board and training is scheduled for every month. If I come over here on this little tab, the three dots here, I can choose to view history, and this would actually pull up a full invoice payment history up to the current date. And so if you have a client who's paid 12 months worth of board, you would see all 12 payments listed here under the invoice details. So that's a really nice way to see payments for each client in one consolidated spot. You can also end it here, so if you need to manually end the invoices, you can again hit those three dots and then hit end, and it's going to pop up a little pop-up here asking if you're sure that you want to end it, and then I can choose to click end, which I'm going to do, and now you can see that the status has changed to canceled. The other really great thing about once you set these up is that you can clone them. And so if you have 7 clients who all are going to be billed the exact same amount each month, you can just keep cloning each invoice and then update your client so that you make sure it's being billed to the right client. And it's as easy as that to get this set up for each and every one of your clients. And then you just let them run and you let them get billed every single month. They have an auto payment, so they don't have to worry about writing a check and putting it in the barn and being late. And you don't have to worry about them paying late because it's just going to automatically bill them, and you don't even have to worry about having to send the invoice at all.